What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, in between episodes, I was all set and ready to go all the way over to Wakasa. I started clearing out things here, doing my thing with the open world content, and then I realized that we completely missed a member of the Shinbakufu in Omi. We still have one to kill. She's right here in Omi, somewhere in here, so instead of going to Wakasa and doing all that stuff, I think it's about time. Knock this one off the list. I did also go ahead and recruit the Teppo woman. She's part of the league now. We have her locked and ready to go. I don't have her equipped because I haven't been back to the hideout yet to do that, but for right now, we gotta go meet with Lady Oichi. I'm not sure, I don't remember. It's been so long since we did that Yasuke's contact mission that I'm not sure who is who and who's from Yasuke anymore, but Lady Oichi is right up here, so. Which I should have remembered because I came here before once by accident and then panicked because I didn't want to start it when I wasn't supposed to, so. Should have known this.
I was expecting Yasuke.
I will make sure he knows.
Matter of fact, you can just zip Yasuke in right now. Yeah, I can't believe I almost forgot about this. I did clear out the corrupt Shinobi while we were messing around finishing off Omi too. This is the last thing I have to do over here.
Welcome, sir. Are you ready to meet Lady Oichi?
Yes, I am ready. I remember you from Azuchi Castle.
Merely her ladyship's humble bodyguard.
Loyalty is rare in these troubled times.
He's a pretty big guy. Still ain't as big as Yasuke though. Well, he weighs more than Yasuke, but he's not quite as tall.
Yasuke, thank you for coming.
This is Nobunaga's
Your
sister,
etiquette
correct?
Remains excellent.
What was this place?
My home. I try to keep the garden going. In his memory.
Lovely. If not a little melancholy.
And private. Your daimyo died.
The traitor Mitsuhide would not let me die defending my lord. Said an outlander like me could not die with honor.
Were you ready to die for my brother? Some say you've become a ronin, a masterless samurai.
Where I come from, no one wants a master.
Others say you fight with the Ikko-Ikki, the peasant rebels. Does the name Shinbakufu mean anything to you?
The Shinbakufu oppress this land. And yes, we fight against them.
They are here in Omi too, oppressing the peasants and threatening the lawful order.
Noticed a distinct lack of Naoe being present here. Is she not aware that we came?
This is why I summoned you. I would stop the Shinbakufu if I could, but I am only a widow. My notes on their presence here in Omi, extorting farmers and plotting to destroy the Teppo factory.
We will put this to good use.
You would think we'd want to introduce Naoe.
This was your home.
Years ago. Better days. Tell me, how did my brother die?
with his sword drawn and a poem on his lips. The flames brought him no pain. His last words were, "Is there anything at all?"
That once given life won't perish? From his favorite no play, Atsumori. One more thing you must do for me, if you will.
Anything, Lady Oichi.
Meet me at Isakiji Temple.
A temple?
Yes. We must continue the samurai education my brother started. We owe you that much.
That'll be for much later, I imagine.
Anything for you, oh perfect, oh beautiful
there she
Lady
is.
Oichi.
You eavesdrop on me now?
It is the scorpion's nature to stink. Show me those envelopes she gave you.
Corrupt tax collectors skimming for the Shinbakufu, and a plot to sabotage Nagahama.
And their leader, called the Wheel, wears a mask of streaming tears.
We will find him. Shall we get started?
Indeed we shall.
Time to get started.
I will send word if I find something.
I guess he didn't tell Naoe, we just stalked him. Not so trusting of each other as they let on, I guess. Interesting that he kept that from her. I would have expected different. That's Yasuke. It doesn't matter who does these. So let's go take care of this black powder factory then, shall we? And go take a look. Already got a Kakarega close by. And I guess going to meet Lady Oichi is going to be part of this whole thing, so we'll make sure we zip back into Yasuke at the end of these quests. Go take care of that. Now that we have a handful of quests to investigate this member of the Shinbakufu, unlike the last guy, probably split it into 2 episodes like I was doing beforehand. Seems like we'll have enough content going to get that. Investigation, then assassination. Something quite enjoyable about that process, to be honest. Gathering your clues, figuring out your target. I actually think the best game in Assassin's Creed that has done that process is probably, and maybe this is a hot take, but probably Syndicate, right? Because the more information you had, it gave you unique entrances and unique assassinations. If you found the information you were looking for beforehand, then it lets you kill him in unique ways, like hopping out of the coffin for the guy in the morgue, things like that.
Best if I remain unseen.
Well, I don't see that many assholes. But I do see enough to be annoying. What's your guard rotation? Can I get you far enough away to where you don't alert the other guy when you die? Take a look. You need to not stick your head up right there now.
Something there?
The Shinbakufu will be hiring a boat in Shiotsu. Better tell Yasuke.
Convoy Master, once you have completed your tasks with the Teppo factory, your presence is required in Shiotsu. Commandeer the luxury barge and arrive in time for the scheduled meeting with the others. No hint of our role in the bombing of Nagahama must be revealed. Fang. Oh, I'm excited to piss on your bonfire about that. You first. Now you can join your friend. Journeymen, since the death of the Great Lord, the old orders have been cancelled. Work on these instead. 400 Teppo, Lord Hideyoshi. 200 Teppo, Lord Niwa Nagahide. 80 Teppo, Lord Takeda Motaoke. 40 Teppo, Gamo Morinare. 4 steel firing pins, Rokaku Katsuhime. Well, we met Katsuhime, we know all about her already.
Huh?
Don't worry about that, friend.
Nobunaga's armies were brutal but efficient. And the teppos made here provided that brutal efficiency. Destroying it is not a bad idea. But an explosion that big would kill half the town. The Shinbakufu are sneaking gunpowder into town from across the lake. Better head to shore.
Yeah, that's the luxury barge they were talking about stealing, right? Convoy Master, the armies of Nobunaga would be nothing without the gunsmiths of Nagahama. We must not let such an valuable resource fall into enemy hands. Deliver the shipment and place it in the basement. Use the Harakobiya bomb to ignite the cache and destroy the factory. Do not inform the Wheels faction about your actions. That faction prefers wealth to power. We shall take both. Well, we got in and out of that without exposing ourselves. See if we can do the same with the luxury barge. I don't think the facility that's crafting the weapons is the problem. Guns are just a tool, right? It's more so how they're used and the people planning to use them that are the issue. If we take care of that, then that town can keep their prosperity. Blowing that place up would hurt the town more than it would hurt the Shinbakufu, because the Shinbakufu, they'll just,
Right ship. Now to find the gunpowder stash.
they'll just go do it somewhere else, right? They'll open another factory somewhere. It'll just be a matter of time before they have more guns. But that town probably won't recover from losing their main source of income, which is crafting the teppo. The miners, the blacksmiths, the steel workers, they'll all be shit out of luck. And Shinbakufu, they'll just go somewhere else. So. Please get off. Oh my god, stop. The adamant on climbing that ladder, wasn't she?
This will do to start the chain reaction.
Sailors, warriors, tend to my lesson. When you have studied Sun Tzu's The Art of War as I have,
They made no effort to hide their smuggled gunpowder. That should be it. The end of the gunpowder shipment. Time to jump ship.
Yeah, no shit. Get out of there real fast.
That was fun.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, Naoe. Alright, what was next on the chopping block? Meet Kuma. The Daikon of Omi has been oppressing the peasants with unfair taxes. He is in the northern Shimmering Fields. Shimmering Field. Highlands, foothills, the Shimmering Field. So somewhere around here. Maybe up here. There we go. It's actually right outside the Kakarega. Take us right where we need to go. I also just realized that we've only experienced one act break so far, and we've done all kinds of shit since the Act 1 intersect. I assume there's probably only 3 acts then.
We already paid our taxes. Yet the Daikan returns, saying we must pay again.
Welcome to Hachiban, known for its bustling market and lovely canals.
Don't shout. We must be discreet.
Oh, my apologies. You are one of Yasuke's followers, yes?
Followers? That's an interesting,
Listen, Bear, if that is your real name.
I listen, I listen.
We are allies.
Come, I will show you what is amiss.
Can't blame him for assuming that. He's part of
What
samurai
they do
culture.
is send out a second Daikan who claims the first was an impostor.
Typical tricks.
The Daikan is too well guarded for the peasants to resist.
And the daimyos do nothing, of course. Not their problem.
Lord Hideyoshi holds Northern Omi. He seems fair, but he's always away at war.
And the stewards at Azuchi and Nagahama are bribed to look the other way.
Are these corrupt daikon led by someone named the Wheel?
I don't know that name. I am Lady Oichi's bodyguard, not a spy master.
Thank you, Kuma. I'll see what I can do and find you when I'm done.
Business. Almost got our shoes wet right there.
Who's that drunken oaf snorting in my rice field?
One of the Daikon's samurai. He drank too much sake and was left behind.
You said a samurai is sleeping in your fields?
Yes, one of the Daikan's men, sleeping off his sake.
I'll take care of him. He might lead me to the daikon.
Let's tell him the peasants have plan of action. A little more subtle than that now, eh? A lot of money on the table. I'm sure they're not above bribing people. Where are you, you little shit? There he is. Although he doesn't look like he's sleeping anymore.
Don't make all that noise in my ears.
Come on.
I did what I had to.
He didn't lead me to much. All he did was give me a bow for Yasuke. He didn't have much information for me.
Did you find him?
That rice field ruffian is dead.
Thank you for ridding us of that drunken beast. But the root of the problem is his boss. The corrupt Daikan is in Azuchi.
The daikon lives on a canal in Azuchi. Time to pay him a visit.
Well, before we pay him a visit, it's time to go back to the Kakarega and get our scouts back so we can actually scout that objective. Because I burned all my scouts trying to find this one asshole. Yeah, I have no problem killing corrupt officials like that. They take the people's taxes, people's goodwill, just abuse it. Use it for their own ends. Quite literally what the Assassin's Brotherhood exists to take care of, right? Think/hope 4 would be enough. Near a canal. Southwest. Oh, somewhere down here. Perfect. Nailed it first try. I actually quite like Assassin's Creed Syndicate. The combat system was really good in that too. It's funny because the Ubisoft games that, well, at least in recent times, once the Ezio stuff was done, because all those games were pretty good, but after the Ezio trilogy, all the Ubisoft games that have the best features are also mired in so much controversy. Like, I think Unity has the best parkour system ever, and look how that game released. What a shit show, and all the false marketing about the co-op. And then you have Syndicate. I think most people don't like Syndicate, but the combat and the combo system in that game is actually quite good. The combat animations in there are incredible. That's like every time they do good with something, they do so much bad in the other games that people just end up hating it anyway. Like, oh, this is a really cool parkour system, but you lied about the game and it doesn't work on launch, so now we hate it. And it'll never get the credit that it should have gotten for the parkour and the open world design. And then Syndicate, right? Riding was bad, it's a little goofy, but the combat's really good, but they'll never get the credit for that either.
I have sold my heart, my pots, even my spare rights.
I don't need to sell shit anymore.
At a Shiotsu Inn, while the peasants starve. Spoiled bastards.
I will stop you.
And slip out before anybody gets to question us. Looks like we're just heading back to Kumo with that information. There we go, combat's dropped. I'll get to the old Assassin's Creed games. I do like those, and I gotta remaster my AC1 and AC2 playthroughs anyways, because I ended up deleting them from the channel when I came back to YouTube after my little year break.
I should return to Kumo.
I wasn't happy with the quality of the series. Now that I have a better mic and a better PC, and I'm a little better at doing this in general, I think I can do that more justice. It's the same thing happened with the Mass Effect series too. I did Mass Effect 1 and 2, and I'll be redoing those too. Try and give them what they deserve.
We heard what you did for the farmers. Omi thanks you. And Lady Oichi thanks you.
I didn't do it for Lady Oichi.
No, of course not. You are from Iga. I can tell by your charming hill country accent.
And you're
She
from
called me a
Omi.
redneck.
I can tell by the faint whiff of baked frog. You seem like a good man, Kuma.
Thank you. I try.
So how can you work for that woman lording it over the peasants?
I merely protect Lady Oichi and her daughters. Besides, it's safer than whatever you and your friends are doing.
That's my concern. Take care, Kuma.
Oh, there's one more thing. A list of more corrupt daikon working for the Shinbakufu.
Thank you. We'll put this to good use.
Until next time, friend.
He seems alright. Minus the little jab about us being a redneck. Okay, so let's see. Ah, there's the daikon. That's what it meant by that. The crooked lords and magistrates exploit the people for their own gain. What are the rewards for you all? Not that much I'm interested in, honestly. Going back to you. Gonna be Lady Oichi as Yasuke, so we can zip right here as Yasuke, and then we'll just work our way down. See what's left of the samurai training we got. I was hoping there would be a cool samurai kind of get up for Yasuke, but I haven't found it yet. Obviously in the store there's one with the full face mask and the kind of aesthetic I'm interested in, but in terms of in the game without having to swipe my credit card, I haven't really found one. You know, kind of like the sumo, or the Tsuno, sorry. We had the full face mask and all that stuff going on. I really like those get-ups. Just haven't been able to find one for him. Even the OG thing we had when we were with Lord Nobunaga, it wasn't a full face mask. We didn't have the face mask. We had the like half helmet mask. I'd like to find one if I can. I definitely ain't buying that shit though. This game already got enough of my money.
Greetings, sir. Please go right ahead and speak to Lady Oichi. She is waiting for you.
Greetings, Lady Oichi.
Yasuke! Are you ready for our boat trip?
It's a romantic trip.
Definitely.
We did flirt with her in the
I'm ready to
flashback, so...
continue my samurai education, as you put it.
Wonderful. Follow me. We will row from Isakiji Temple to Shirahige Shrine. The lake itself is sacred. Crossing it will help us approach Shirahige in a respectful manner.
I'll
Do
try
you have
and row the
lakes
boat
as
respectfully.
large as this in your country?
Yes. And they swell with the seasonal rains.
Lake Biwa is beautiful. Though I was born in Owari, I have fallen in love with its enchanting views.
They say its waters teem with monsters and water dragons.
Do not mock. The Omukade, a giant centipede, loves to eat heroes. Long ago, there was a brave hero nicknamed Bag of Rice.
Brave hero called Bag of Rice.
Is how he got that name. Fujiwara no Hidesato was a courtier of noble rank who lived hundreds of years ago. One day, he crossed the Seta Bridge near Otsu, one of the famous views of Omi province, of course.
I have seen it myself.
As he crossed, he saw a dragon in the water. He spun around only to meet a strange figure on the bridge. The stranger had crimson hair and wore a sea green robe. On his head was a dragon-shaped crown. The figure said, "I am the Dragon King who lives in the palace at the bottom of Lake Biwa."
Scary.
Yes.
The Dragon King just gave me flashbacks to Dragon Age Veilguard's worst antagonist.
Stood his ground. Politely, he answered, "Greetings, my lord." "Good," said the Dragon King. "You are not afraid. Everyone else runs away. Can you do a brave deed?" Hidesato was pleased. "Yes, my lord," he said. "Command me." And so, the Dragon King told Hidesato about the giant centipede Omukade from Mount Mikami. Every month, the monster ate one of the Dragon King's children. Soon, there would be none left.
Unacceptable.
Hidesato promised to slay the monster. So the Dragon King invited him.
I don't want to hear the end of the story.
Lake Biwa. For days he feasted, enjoying splendid lake fish. Then, one misty morning, the Omukade came. The monstrous centipede was as long as a mountain. Its hide was tough as stone. The fangs dripped poison.
A formidable beast.
Brave Hidesato fired an arrow at it, but it bounced away. He fired another, but it also failed. The monster charged. Hidesato prayed to Hachiman, spat upon his arrow, and fired a third shot. The arrow struck true. The Dragon King was so grateful for the monster's death that he gave Hidesato many treasures. Perhaps the greatest was the bag of rice. Every day,
It'd refill
Hidesato
itself.
emptied it of rice. Every night, it magically refilled. And that is the tale of how Fujiwara no Hidesato earned his nickname, Bag of Rice.
Thank you for the story, Lady Oichi. Such a bag would help the farmers of Omi.
This is a pretty nice tale. Awful. Shall we? Not very good weather for it, I gotta be honest. Yeah, mythology and tales like that always do catch my interest. That's why I wanted to hear the end of it. I was afraid that if we docked, then she would stop telling it. But it looks like she was maybe meant to be telling it while we approached the steps too. But things like that always do interest me.
Here is Shirai.
And cultures and the different mythology and the things they come up
Follow
with,
the
the folk
Miko's
tales.
direction for ritual purification.
Of course.
I must attend to personal matters. And then we'll await you at the inner shrine.
I must show respect to the kami who dwell here.
And she's supposed to be giving me like directions or something.
How fares the shrine? I do worry.
Why do you worry, Lady Oichi?
With my brother's death, the Oda clan splits into factions. War may return to Omi.
It may, but what of it? Our lives are more brief than the morning dew.
That is as clean as I get.
Be alright, Yasuke. Life on the road will stop you from getting old and fat. Think of the benefits.
Great. Gentle guest, may I present you with a gofu?
Yes, please.
Here. May the great apparent kami of Shirahige bless your journeys.
A tutelary amulet. Thank you. I will need it.
Bright and virtuous is the kami of Shirahige.
Wish I knew what that was. See how many points we have, by the way, leading up to all this. I gotta dip into my skill tree here soon. I just haven't needed to use it.
Display charity. The generous hand earns the blessing of Shirahige. Greetings, sir. Please show a generous heart and donate to our humble shrine.
Gladly.
The spirit of mountain, lake, and heaven protect you.
And we got plenty of money to be generous. And in the good books with Oichi.
I see you are done. Come, join me, Yasuke.
I hold many fond memories of my time at Azuchi, Lady Oichi. I am grateful for my training and all that I experienced there. The Taira, for example.
Did you enjoy that? Atsumori was a young Taira warrior killed in the Genpei Wars 500 years ago. In the play, they have only that one night left. In the morning, they know they will die.
There is always hope.
There is always dew on the grass. and always it fades. And here we are.
It's true, the only guarantee is the end. What you do in the meantime is the important part, right?
Thank you for letting me honor your brother's memory here. I owe him much.
As children, I was his favorite sister. But he was a difficult and dangerous man. He married me off to a rival, Azai Nagamasa. That was expected. It was my duty.
Odani Castle. That was your husband's home?
Yes. He was brave, kind, loyal. Everything a daimyo should be. 3 daughters, 4 years of bliss. Then husband and elder brother went to war. Elder brother won. For who could resist the demon of Owari? They burned Odani Castle to the ground, killed my husband, slaughtered the entire clan. He made my husband's skull an ornament for a feast.
I have found Japan to be full of dangerous and difficult men.
My brother's wakizashi. It fell into my hands after the Honnoji incident.
I remember that blade.
Blades are for vengeance. But vengeance and mercy cannot stand together. Sometimes, we make hard choices. If you knew your castle would fall tomorrow, how would you live your last night?
Why not, right? I'm sure the option and ability to do this upset quite a lot of people. It does seem a little tasteless.
I would spend it with you.
Oh, Yasuke. Yes. No. No, it can never be. I must go. Farewell, Yasuke.
Thank you, Lady Oichi.
Yeah, it's a little crass and tasteless, you know. Her brother's dead. Her husband's dead. We're the retainer of the dead brother.
About the leader of the Shinbakufu, I can tell you only this. People say that he is among the highest in the land. Be careful.
Always try to be. Where you at now? Are you hiding behind a tree somewhere?
I have done what I must. Now to meet with our league at Chiotsu.
Regroup at the rendezvous point. Eastern Shiotsu, inside the town's shrine. So somewhere over yonder. Indeed. However, we won't be going there as Yasuke, we'll be going there as Naoe. And I will split the episode before we go ahead and tackle this proper, so thank you for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please do check out the links in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Assassin's Creed Shadows. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.